Ever feel stuck planning a trip in English? In this masterclass, you'll learn everything you need, from choosing a place to booking your stay. Hello and welcome to Hello English, the channel that makes learning English easy and fun.
That's right, I'm Leo.
And I'm Maya. We're so glad you're here. Today, we'll help you plan a perfect weekend trip. First, you'll hear a dialogue at a slow, clear speed.
Then we'll repeat it at a natural conversational speed.
After that, we'll review key phrases and have a quiz. Ready, Leo?
I'm ready. Let's start planning.
Okay, the first step is choosing a destination. Where should we go for a weekend trip?
I was thinking of a few options. Maybe the mountains or the beach.
Those are great starting points. Let's weigh the options. We can use comparative adjectives to help us decide. For example, which one is closer?
I think the mountains are closer than the beach.
Okay, and which one do you think is cheaper?
The mountains might be cheaper.
Good points. Now, what about your preference? What kind of trip are you keen on?
I'm keen on doing something active.
So you'd rather go to the mountains than the beach?
Yes, I'd prefer somewhere I can go hiking. The mountains sound more adventurous to me.
Perfect. So we've chosen the mountains. Now, let's suggest some activities. We could go hiking on the main trail.
That's a great idea. I'm happy with that plan.
What about having a picnic?
Oh, I like that. A picnic would be nice. But what if I wanted to do something else? How could we find a compromise?
Good question. Let's say I suggest biking. And you're not so sure about that. You could say, I'd rather go hiking. Then we could look for a compromise.
Okay, how about this instead? We could hike in the morning and then have a relaxing picnic for lunch.
That sounds like a good compromise. It balances an active morning with a calm afternoon.
Great, let's agree on that.
So the plan is confirmed. Now for the logistics, how will we get there?
We could drive or we could take the train. The train is more relaxing, but driving gives us more freedom.
I think I'd rather drive. It gives us more flexibility.
Okay, driving it is now. Accommodation. We should book our accommodations soon.
Should we book a hotel or stay in an Airbnb?
A hotel is convenient. An Airbnb might be more spacious.
I'll look for a hotel online that is within our budget. Let's find a guest house. It's a good alternative. It's often cheaper than a hotel, but still very comfortable.
A guest house sounds perfect. I'm happy with that plan.
Excellent. So let's finalize the details. What time are we going to leave on Friday?
Let's plan to leave around 3 p.m.
So we're leaving on Friday at 3 p.m.
Yes, and we're staying in a guest house. And on Saturday, we're hiking and having a picnic.
That's the plan. A perfect weekend getaway. Great job, Leo. You've planned a whole trip. Now let's hear that same dialogue again. This time at a natural speed. Listen carefully. Okay, first step, choosing a destination. Where should we go for a weekend trip?
I was thinking maybe the mountains or the beach.
Good options. Let's weigh them up. We can use comparatives to help decide. Like which one's closer?
I think the mountains are closer than the beach.
Right? And which do you think is cheaper?
The mountains might be cheaper, I guess.
Makes sense. What about what you'd prefer? What kind of trip are you keen on?
I'm keen on doing something active.
So you'd rather hit the mountains than the beach?
Yeah, I'd prefer somewhere I can go hiking. The mountains just sound more adventurous.
Perfect. Mountains it is. Now let's brainstorm some activities. We could go hiking on the main trail.
That's a great idea. I'm happy with that.
What about a picnic?
Oh, I like that. A picnic would be nice. But what if I wanted something else? How would we compromise?
Good question. Say I suggest biking, and you're not so sure about it. You could just say, I'd rather go hiking. Then we'd find a middle ground.
Okay, how about this then? We could hike in the morning and then have a relaxing picnic for lunch.
That sounds like a good compromise. It's a good balance of active and calm.
Great, let's agree on that.
So the plan's confirmed. Now for logistics, how we get there.
We could drive or take the train. The train's more relaxing, but driving's more flexible.
I think I'd rather drive, just for the flexibility.
Okay, driving it is. What about accommodation? Right, we should book our accommodations soon.
Should we book a hotel or an Airbnb?
A hotel's convenient, but an Airbnb might be bigger.
I'll look for a hotel online that's within our budget. Let's find a guest house. It's a good alternative. It's usually cheaper than a hotel, but still comfy.
A guest house sounds perfect. I'm happy with that plan.
Excellent. So let's finalize the details. What time are we going to leave on Friday?
Let's shoot for around 3 p.m.
So we're leaving Friday at 3.
Yep, and we're staying in a guest house. And Saturday, we're hiking and having a picnic.
That's the plan. A perfect weekend getaway. Fantastic work. Now you've heard both speeds. Let's review the key vocabulary from our dialogue. First up, a weekend getaway. In Vietnamese, that's một chuyến đi thương vui tình. It means a short trip, usually taken on a weekend. For example, let's plan a weekend getaway to the coast. Next phrase, to weigh the options. In Vietnamese, cân nhắc các lựa chọn. This means to think carefully about different choices. For example, we need to weigh our options before deciding. Our third phrase, to be keen on something. Thích cái gì đó? This means you are very interested in or like something a lot. For example, I'm keen on visiting the new art gallery. Next up, to reach a compromise. In một thỏa thuận. This means to find an agreement that satisfies everyone. For example, they talked for an hour to reach a compromise. Okay, next one, to book accommodation. In chỗ ở. This simply means to reserve a place to stay, like a hotel. For example, you should book your accommodation early. Next phrase, to finalize the details. In Vietnamese, in get kế hoạch. This means to decide on all the last parts of a plan. For example, let's finalize the details for our trip. Almost done. The next word is an alternative. In Vietnamese, một lựa thay thế. This is another choice or option you can have. For example, if the train is full, the bus is a good alternative. And our last phrase, within our budget. In trong ngân sách của so. This means something costs an amount of money you can afford. For example, we need a hotel that is within our budget. Now for a quick grammar focus. We used modal verbs to make suggestions. Remember how we said we could go hiking? Could makes the suggestion sound soft and polite. We also used how about and what about. For example, how about a picnic? These are great for asking for an opinion on your idea. We also use different future tenses. We use be going to for plans we have already made. What time are we going to leave shows we have a plan. We use the present continuous for fixed arrangements. We're leaving on Friday is a fixed plan, like an appointment. It's a very common way to talk about future plans. Finally, a few pronunciation tips. When you make a suggestion, your voice should rise. Listen, how about the beach? That rising intonation makes it sound like a friendly question. Also, practice linking sounds together. Don't say book a hotel. Say it like one word, book a hotel. Try it, book a hotel. One more tip, stress the first word in compound nouns. Listen, weekend trip, not weekend trip. And guest house, not guest house. This will make you sound much more natural. Okay, Are you ready for a quick quiz? Let's test what you've learned. Question 1. Which sentence is the best way to suggest an idea for the first time? Is it A, we will go to the mountains? We are going to the mountains. We could go to the mountains. Think about it. The correct answer is C. We could is a great way to make a suggestion. The other options sound like confirmed plans. Ready for question 2? Your friend suggests a place you don't like. What's a polite way to disagree? This is a short answer question. What do you think? A good answer is, I'm not so sure. This is a polite way to show you don't agree. Then you can offer another idea. Okay, last question, number 3. True or false? You can use the present continuous tense to talk about future plans. Is that true or false? The answer is true. We often use present continuous for fixed future arrangements. For example, we're leaving on Friday. How did you do on the quiz? Let us know. And that's all the time we have for today. We hope you learned a lot about planning a trip in English.
Absolutely. You learned how to compare destinations, make suggestions, and plan logistics.
If you found this lesson useful, please subscribe. It really helps our channel grow.
Practice what you've learned in the comments below. Next lesson is cued. Tap the end screen and keep your streak.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.